we thought you should hear from somebody who is pro-Brexit. And so here from the headquarters is Mr. Curtis Lee-Smugg talking about Can Brexit Be Rescued? Can Brexit be rescued? I'm Mr. Curtis Lee-Smugg. I'm here to talk to you on this topic of Can Brexit be rescued? And I'm going to suggest to you that it can be, despite all the evidence to the contrary. Now then, in 2016, there was a referendum for the British people to vote on leaving the European Union, and 52% of those who voted to leave. As has been clearly pointed out at UK in a Changing Europe by Ms. Andrea Leadsom, this was not a general election. Therefore, there was not a manifesto. Nobody is accountable for delivering, therefore, anything that was talked about before the referendum. 350 million a week for the NHS, easiest trade deals, none of that stuff. Nobody is accountable for delivering any of that. Hooray! What we did say when we came to a general election in 2019 was that we would get Brexit over with. Get Brexit done. Get Brexit done. Now, the idea was that then we could never speak of it again. And for many months that worked. We adopted the dictum of don't mention the Brexit, and this seemed to work pretty well. We had other things to concern us, and we talked about whatever else we could without mentioning Brexit. However, the time came when people were starting to ask about what Brexit had achieved. And we thought, let us tell them. But here is where I will recognise that we probably made a little bit of a mistake. We talked about Brexit benefits. What had Brexit achieved? And we got some young fella from one of the consultancies to knock together a booklet about a document about the benefits of Brexit. You know, and he was a jolly dab hand with a cut and paste where you take some text and repeat it over and over again and change some of the numbers. And he whacked it up to 101 pages and a jolly good show. And he got in the things about crown stamps on pint glasses and blue passports, imperial measurements, being able to drive uninsured on private land. And so we had 101 pages of Brexit benefits. But still people weren't satisfied. You know, some people said, well, what are the benefits that you were actually seeking to achieve? But I refer you back to the point about the 2016 referendum. There's no manifesto there, you see. And so there was no accountability to deliver anything that anybody had said. But we got together this document, and we looked further than that. We had a Minister for Brexit Opportunities. He tried to recruit a Director of Brexit Opportunities. Unfortunately, the applications for that were mostly from pro-EU people who were applying as a bit of a jape, a wheeze, a stunt. However, we have now, I think, moved on from this because, you see, it's becoming rather more difficult. You've seen the polling in unheard.com that 629 out of 632 constituencies have a majority that think Brexit was a mistake. 2 haven't made up that, or evenly balanced, and 1 thinks that Brexit was a good idea. A jolly good show, well done, Boston and Skegness. They didn't ask the Northern Ireland constituencies, you know. Northern Ireland has a special deal, has access to the UK single market and the EU single market. Nobody else has that. But in the wake of all this, we thought, let us redirect people's attention to Brexit opportunities. Our focus on Brexit, and this is crucial, our focus should now be Brexit opportunities, because opportunities are things for the future. You're not expected to have delivered them yet. So we can now talk about the Brexit opportunities that we expect could be delivered next year. But what will we say next year? Don't have too much of an absolute sense of time about this. You see, next year we can then be talking about what are the future opportunities then. time is relative. Keep looking forward, right? And then you're never accountable. But, what are these opportunities? There are many of them. If I'm running a factory and I want to make a thing, and there's an retained EU law that we still have on the statute book, which says that I can't make that thing, we get rid of the EU law, I can make the thing. There you are, you see, there's an opportunity.
What sort of a thing?
I don't know what sort of a thing. I'm not running a factory. But I did have one idea. The computers have a USB port. I thought we could have a version of that which is special for the UK. So a UK USB port. And that could be put into computers that we manufacture here. And then, if you wanted a computer with a UK USB port, then you would need to buy one of these British computers. You see, there's another opportunity.
Oh, more powerful vacuum cleaners.
Yes, more powerful vacuum cleaners. Thank you.
But Dyson's in Singapore.
Yes, but he could come back from Singapore. Mr. James Dyson, he could make them here. So there you are. Focus on the future opportunities. And, of course, bear in mind the government is not accountable for delivering the opportunities. That's up to industry. So we can't be blamed if they don't materialise. But we can talk about the future opportunities which we are making possible. And yes, if we get to another general election, and if, as seems possible, there is then a Labour government, then we can then point the finger at them and say, you said you would make Brexit work. So now, we've set up all the opportunities. If they're not delivered, that's the fault of Labour. Vote them out and we'll have us back in again.
I thought you said the government aren't accountable for delivering all the opportunities.
You
did say that the government's not accountable.
We never said that we would make Brexit work. It's Labour that said that they would make Brexit work. So that does make them accountable, you see.
Hooray!
So,
well done, please.
Focus on the future opportunities, whatever question is asked to you. And I think you will find that may get you out of a lot of tight spots if you're being interviewed on the radio or the television. So stick to that approach. I commend it to you. And who knows, maybe we can bring Brexit back into the realm of things that are popular with the British people again, as
Brexit
it was
opportunities
just in June 2016. Thank you very much for your attention.
Well done, Curtis Lee-Smugg.
Most kind.